Let me share a true story, a testimony of my life that changed my situation forever. Imagine waking up one day and everything feels normal, and then suddenly your world is turned upside down. That's exactly what happened to me. My spouse, the person I built my life with, started showing symptoms that we simply couldn't ignore. It began with internal bleeding. In moments like that, fear doesn't just knock, it moves in. We went from one specialist to another, test after test. Then came the word that made my heart sink: colonoscopy. This wasn't just a routine check. The doctors were searching for something serious. They were looking for colon cancer. For 2 weeks, we lived under a heavy cloud. Every time we looked at each other, there was a silent question between us. What if the report is bad? The procedure was scheduled for Friday, the 13th of that month, a day many people call unlucky. But I made a decision. I handed that day over to God. I refused to sit in fear. Every single night, I connected to a global altar of prayer. I wasn't just praying casually. I was presenting my case before the judge of the universe. Then, the night before the procedure, a prophetic word came from my pastor at the night prayer. There is someone under the mountain of fear of a diagnosis. When you open the report, it will not be what you think. I held on to that word with everything in me. But I knew the real test was still ahead. The day of the procedure finally came. My spouse was wheeled into the operating room, already under anesthesia. The doctors were preparing everything, the tubes, the cameras ready to find what they were convinced was there. I sat alone in the waiting room, my phone in my hand, connected to a live prayer broadcast. I was tired. I was anxious. But I kept praying. I kept declaring. Then suddenly, something shifted. The minister on the broadcast stopped and spoke with striking precision. I see someone set for an endoscopy or colonoscopy right now. They want to insert a tube to check your intestines. But I declare it is neutralized. The symptoms disappear. They will not find what they are looking for. No cancer will be found. In that moment, I didn't whisper amen, I shouted it. I knew deep in my spirit that heaven had just stepped into that operating room. Not long after, the doors opened. The specialist came out, the same man trained to detect disease and abnormalities. But this time he looked almost puzzled. Then he said the words I will never forget. We didn't find what we were looking for. No tumors, no growth, no cancer. Everything that had terrified us for weeks, gone. That mountain of fear didn't just move, it disappeared completely, as if it had never been there. What the doctors expected to find, God had already erased. What fear tried to claim, faith had already redeemed. Maybe you're watching and listening to this, and you're in your own waiting room. It might not be a colonoscopy. Maybe it's a test result, a legal issue, or something weighing heavily on your heart. But hear me, God does not need time. He needs an intersection. He is the God of divine miracles, the one who can step into a hospital room while you're miles away and rewrite your story completely. Don't be afraid of the diagnosis. Believe the report of the Lord, because when He says neutralized, no condition on earth can stand. Your testimony is next.